me today. Today I'm excited to be sharing my dissolving pull tab tutorial with you. Just a reminder, the original video is by the pop-up channel, which I've linked down below and up above for you, and you can check that out. I'm sharing the tutorial today on how to recreate it in your bullet journal and kind of a bit more help regarding the measurements. I'm also sharing a template for you, so that's going to be available to email subscribers, so you can just head on over to the blog, and once you hit subscribe you'll get access to the Blank to Brilliant library, which will give you access to the template. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. These are the printables I made. Now you're going to want to use these as templates, not necessarily in your notebooks unless you're printing them on dot grid paper. But I did create it on a dot grid so that it's easier to translate into your bullet journal. Now there are two ways you can do this. You can do this vertically or horizontally. The example I have, or I used for vertically, is this journal. And then my horizontal example will be my March setup, this one. So these are different sizes, as you can tell, and these are the templates I use. This was the first one I used and the one that I based my roses layout off of. And then this is the one that I created for my March bullet journal page. Now, the best way to use this dissolving pull tab is to create the template in multiples of 3. So this is 6 squares by 6 squares by 6 squares by 6 squares. And this is 3 squares by 3 squares. There we go, 3 squares by 3 squares by 3 by 3 by 3. This one I actually added another window. So if you're going to want to add another window, you just carry on your pattern so that it goes 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So this 6 is divided into 3 squares of 2. And that's just to make it easier to cut out where we're going to cut out our window. So it would go 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 6. So just like I did here. I did 3 and 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3. So I hope that makes sense. And then you cut out the number of these tabs as you need. But let's take a quick look at the template. So for the template, it is measuring 16 blocks across, and then these were done in multiples of 6. And this is where you're going to place the holder for your pull tab. So if you look here, the reason why you create this holder is to stop it from pulling out completely. And here's your cut line for where you will be for the top portion of your pull tab. These are your tabs with the 2 arms. They're going to be glued into this portion. Here with the dark dotted line is where you're going to be cutting out. This square box is your top tab that's going to go through the slit that we're going to cut, and it's going to stop it from pulling out completely. Now these tabbed boxes measure double whatever your window is, meaning these measure 6 boxes, these are going to measure 12. With the exception of this one has a shorter tab at the top here, so that you can create that catch without having it show up on the pull tab itself. Okay, and then this is your tab as well. Now I'm going to cut these out, just a couple things quickly. These tabs, you're going to want to cut them a little smaller than the template so that they don't get stuck in the windows. And once we have everything cut and ready to go, you're going to have a better idea of what I mean. So sit tight, let me cut these guys out and I'll be back in a second. Now we have all of our pieces. We're going to get the ones we need right away, which are the ones with the double arms. And you're going to stick these in the window. And you're going to stick them so that there's just a little bit of an overlap. But, oh, and you're going to take the shorter end. So this end has 2 blocks, 2 squares, and this end has 4 squares. You're going to take the 2 square end, and you're going to have it just slightly overlap the tab. So then next what we're going to do is we're going to take our tab that we cut out and we're going to fold it in half. Now the reason why we fold this double is because it needs to be sturdier because it sees so much movement. So the sturdier this is, the better. Okay. And so this is the end portion here. And we're going to get our pull tab all set up. Now the trick is we want it to be long enough that we can pull it, but not that this hooks on this tab here. So we're going to take one of our slanted edges and we're going to start figuring out where we need to put the pull tab. You can go 12 squares from the bottom. So that'll be over here. Okay, now the rest of them are easy. You're just going to do 6 squares up from where this one ended. So 1. Just make sure that it lines up with this bottom one. It might not line up with the pull tab necessarily, it should, but human error happens. So just get it so that it's lined up with the bottom portions for sure. We're just going to make sure that everything is popping out as it should. So as you can see, this pull tab is catching a little, so we're just going to give that a bit of a trim. So once you're happy, we're going to create our little safeguard over here. And then what that does is it's going to keep it from popping out or popping loose. Okay? And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our slit for our pull tab. Cutting it a little wider than the 4 boxes. Okay. And then you have your working pull tab. Now you can see the black lines, but when you do your own pull tab, you're not going to use those black lines. Like I said, you want to use this more as a template. I'm just going to trim this guy a little bit so that he stops sticking. So again, yeah, you're going to want to use this more as a template than actually sticking it into your journal. So you're not going to have the obvious black lines as much. And you're also going to want to remember to trim. So here on the edge, we can just trim that guy to fit the bullet journal page. And if this guy was sticking out, you could give that a cut as well. But if you're going to cut it, you want to cut it when it's pulled to its highest point so that you don't cut it too short. Yeah, that is the general nutshell of how to create the dissolving pull tab. So I hope you enjoyed this. I have more video for you where you can see where I actually put this together and created this. And so you can get a better idea of the real time. Now, one thing I do want to say about this, if you look at my pull tab, you can't see where my paper is. It's actually at the back, where I glued it to create more length so that the pull tab worked better. So that's another tricky way to kind of get around that. So if you look here, now for that, you're not going to see that. The black line won't be there. But yeah, that is how you create the pull tab. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please stay if you would like to watch the full process video for this page. Thank you for watching today.